Hi everyone, Taekwon. My name is Grandmaster Craig Stanley. I'm a 9th degree black belt with the ITF. My claim to fame is I was the creator of the Taekwon-do series with General Choi, where we filmed the 24 patterns and many other items. The neat thing about that program was, or that project, was that I learned a lot of neat little secrets in regards to pattern, technique, and movement, and I'm hoping to share those with you in this series. I'd like to talk to you about a very simple technique. It's called a punch. I've seen so many people with bent wrists, and I'm talking senior belts, and it just comes from a habit, and there's two different habits that kind of creep in, and people don't realize it. I mean, people watching you might see it and then wonder, but as a senior belt, they're not likely going to come up and criticize you. If you're a 7th dan or something and you're doing this, what 3rd dan's going to come up and say, hey, sir, you're doing this wrong, your wrist is bent, right? They're just not going to say that. But I'm going to say it right now. So this is what happens. A lot of people think that the back of their fist should be flush and flat with their forearm. That creates a slight downward bend with the wrist. This one isn't as bad, but it's still not perfectly correct. You should have those knuckles slightly higher than the back of your wrist. These two knuckles may make contact first, but they compress. So if you hit something, they're going to compress, and then your solid knuckles here are going to strike, which you're supposed to do. I think a lot of people, they want to do that little tip so that these knuckles get out of the way and they strike with these knuckles. This is sort of the extreme case of what happens. You can really see that bend, I think, in my wrist. We don't want that bend in there, okay? All right, so that's the first one. The second one is when we're facing this way. A lot of people think that they're punching straight away from themselves. You are and you aren't. It's sort of what creates the problem. You're punching from your shoulder to the extended arm, and that is not a straight line from here. It's a straight line from here to here, which is at a bit of an angle. So what I see happen is a lot of people turn their wrist so their fist looks nice and straight away from their eyes, but now that has created a bend in the wrist that way, and you don't want to be hitting things with a bent wrist, right? So when you're actually executing a front punch, from your view, this fist should look like it's cutting across, because it is. It's coming from the shoulder line this way, right? Again, if you see a nice straight fist going away from you, guaranteed you've got a bent wrist. So watch out for those two minor errors, but they are major important, especially if you haven't corrected those by the time you hit your black belt. You're not likely going to at 2nd dan, 3rd dan, 4th dan, 5th dan, 6th dan. You're going to have those there all the time, and it's really hard to say that you're an expert if you're punching with bent wrists.